Previously on Let's Play Steins Gate Zero.
Don't think, Mia. Feel. Feel the power of the dark side. Oh. Yeah.
And now, back to everyone being sad.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Steins Gate Zero. I'm really excited. Let's just get right into it. I want to learn what's going on with Maho, because it's been forever since like, I've seen her, it feels like. Maho Hiyajo was fidgeting. She knew exactly why, but she still didn't want to admit it. Maho, are you ready? Oh, yeah. She awkwardly stood up from the chair as Dr. Leskinen spoke to her. What? I had thought you'd put some effort into it, but I guess not. What's going on? Dr. Leskinen stared at her for a moment and then spoke. It was obvious he was referring to her outfit. What? I'm not going to a party like I was last time. You wore your lab coat to that too. That was because I forgot my clothes. That's right. Dr. Leskinen was wearing his translator all the time these days. In fact, he had actually told Maho to talk to him in Japanese. Now then, I can't wait to see what kind of relationship Lintalo and Kurisu have established. Still can't get the name right. Maho and Dr. Leskinen were about to head into Tokyo proper. There, they were to meet Rintaro Okabe. It had been 2 weeks since they'd first asked him to test Amadeus. It was time for the first report. Of course, that was the reason Maho was fidgeting. She was nervous to meet Okabe, to see Kurisu for the first time in quite a while. What? Of course, Maho was able to talk to Kurisu anytime she wanted, but since she'd asked Okabe to be a tester, she tried to avoid doing so as much as possible. She didn't want her conversations to add any extra noise. Professor, before we leave, can I ask something? Whatever you like. Why Okabe? Maho had wanted to ask Dr. Leskinen that for a long time. If she was going to ask it though, now was the time. Yeah, I mean, like, he did know Kurisu, but, like, they literally just met him, and then Dr. Leskinen's like, hey, you wanna talk to this, AI version of Kurisu for, like, 2 weeks plus? Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird, too. Dr. Leskinen thought for a minute. Are you jealous, Maho? I'm... She felt heat flush her face. In other words, he was right. Yeah, she was jealous of Okabe. Not that she wanted to admit it. To be honest, it bothers me. There are other people who could be her conversation partners. You, for instance? I'm not saying that. I'm too close to Kurisu and Amadeus. Lintalo is a good guy. If you really believe that, you're naive. It's impossible to really understand someone after only meeting them once. What if he secretly sells Amadeus to another lab? Even if he doesn't plan to at first, he might change his mind if they showed him enough money. That's human nature. Let's say Lintalo did sell Amadeus. What would happen then? Would whoever got her access rights be able to become friends with Kurisu and take over Amadeus? Well, Maho asked herself the question, and then realized the chance was almost zero. Yeah, I guess, like, there'd be no benefit. Because, like, Kurisu can talk to Maho and Dr. Leskinen still, I think. I'm pretty sure of that. So, even if, like, he was taken by some evil person, you probably just let them know and then she could get rescued. That would be impossible. Yes, it's impossible. Because if that ever happened, Kurisu would refuse to talk to them. In that sense, Amadeus is a very difficult system. It doesn't do what you want it to do. What you want it to. I can't get my words right today. Of course, it is possible that Amadeus could be persuaded. But you could say that's why I chose you and Kurisu as its models. Dr. Leskinen gave her a mischievous wink. Wink. Both Kurisu and I have different personalities. Have difficult personalities. It would be hard to persuade us to do anything. She knew he was teasing her, so she decided to say it. Indeed, you two are truly merciless. And that is the best security I could get. That sounds like an insult. You two are the finest ladies our institution has to offer. Dr. Leskinen laughed happily. He always had a childlike innocence about him. Either way, the Amadeus AI is a tricky thing. You could say that's what makes it interesting. Keeping them to ourselves won't bring us any progress, will it? I noticed that they've been putting brackets around the words. I might have brought it up at some point. I don't know. It reminds me of Zero Escape in 999, how they would do that sometimes. I've been thinking about how I wanted to find a catalyst that could prompt Amadeus to really evolve. And I wanted it to be someone who didn't have anything to do with the research. Lintalo is smart, and I think he's a good choice. He's also a friend of Kurisu's. Anyway, why not see what he says today before you decide? First, let's see how Kurisu has changed since she started spending time with Lintalo. We may see a side of her that we've never seen before. Yeah, the tsundere side. That was what was making her nervous. If Kurisu changed into someone she didn't know, that would make her sad. It's time. Let's go. Maho nodded. Oh, he's switching perspectives again. Yay, we're Okabe again. December 15th. I walked onto the grounds of Yanabayashi's shrine and quietly took a look around. Several cats were sunbathing beneath the cold winter sky, but there was no sign of anyone else. Lukako wasn't back from school yet. Okay, I could talk to Kurisu without anyone staring at me here. I was supposed to meet with Dr. Leskinen and Maho after this. Before that happened, I wanted to confirm something with Kurisu. Oh. I decided to start the app. Whenever I talked to Kurisu, I needed to pay attention to where I was. People would stare if I did it in a crowded place. And I couldn't do it around my family or anyone I knew. In that sense, with the exception of the fact that Lukako and Mayuri might show up, Yanabayashi's shrine wasn't a bad spot. Connect to Kurisu. Connect. Hello. We need to talk. You're meeting with the professor and Maho after this, right? Is that what this is about? Yeah. Is there any reason to be nervous? Basically, you're turning over the logs and then they'll ask you some quick questions about your impression of me. That's it. The logs. That's what I wanted to talk about. Have all of our conversations been recorded? I told you that when we started, right? I keep logs in a place where nobody but me can access them. Were you not listening? And you're going to submit them to the professor in Hyaja. Probably. Which means if I say anything personal to you, Dr. Luskinen and Maho will hear it. You're just realizing this now? Come on. Yeah, it was a little late. Kurisu and I had been talking for 2 weeks. I should have asked about this when I got the access key for Amadeus. I just realized today. Hey, have I told you anything I shouldn't have so far? Like the fact that you were barely able to talk to any girls at the matchmaking party? Or the fact that your family sells vegetables but you hate eggplants? I don't hate eggplants, I'm just not very good at eating them. That was all. I didn't really care. Or the fact that the first time we talked you called me Christina? Ugh. Please forget about that. Human memories are ambiguous, and as time passes, they become more subjective and tend to be compressed into a single narrative. What? Regardless of whether the memory is a good or a bad one, it's common to only be able to remember words that left an impression. And that impression will often alter your memories of the surrounding conversation. Huh? What was she talking about? I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's just how human memories work. But Amadeus isn't a human. It's an incomplete AI, still in the research stage. This is a big problem for Maho and the professor, but actually, Amadeus still can't perfectly replicate the ambiguity of human memories. Huh? In other words, he can't completely replicate the high-level brain function that is forgetting. You said all of that just to lead up to the fact that you can't forget it? Huh? But at the ATF seminar, Dr. Leskinen said that Amadeus would forget unneeded information. Yes, I do forget things, but remember what I said? I record things in a log, like it's my secret diary. So in the end, all the information is still kept there, and if I load that, all the data I should have forgotten will come flooding back to me, okay? In other words, asking her to forget was a waste of time. Another plan would be to delete my logs, but those are my backups, so that's not happening. Even if I could delete one area, the result would be the same. I would analyze the surrounding conversation and automatically reconstruct the missing portion. If you want to alter my memories, you'd have to mess with the primary program. Yeah, that's not worth it for just him calling her Christina. I didn't have that level of access, and I didn't understand how the program worked at all. So basically, until I told Kurisu why I called her Christina, she was going to keep asking. What a pain. So, why Christina? You really don't give up, do you? I'll hang up right now if I have to. Even if you run, as I've just explained, I won't forget. The more you try to change the subject, the more interested I get, you know? Or is this a ploy to get me to pay attention to you? You're the one who wants attention. You call me in the middle of my university lectures. And not only that, you message me all the time on Rhine. And guys, I know this was a short episode, but I think I'm gonna have to end it here. Sorry, something came up. I'll see you guys next time. I enjoyed this little segment, and I've been Pokey. This has been Steins Gate 0. I'll see you guys later.